Next, let's welcome the CEO of the Combat Antisemitism Movement, Mr. Sacha Roytman, who is here from Israel with us this evening. Sacha, please.
So first of all, dear mayors, officially elected, delegates of cities and international institutions, members of the Jewish community, and friends. Only last week, the grave of my great-grandmother, Gitale Bernold, an Holocaust survivor from Charleroi, a city in south of Belgium, was desecrated. I was shocked. My family was shocked. I didn't have the chance to know her, but I will share a bit of her story, of my story. My family came to Belgium from Poland to escape the pogroms and anti-Semitism in 1915. Once they arrived, they considered Belgium as their home country. They were proud to learn French and proud of the symbol of the country and the system. They were even more grateful to receive a new home, to receive a refuge, to feel safe after enduring terrible pogroms in Poland. Their life could start again. But in 1939, during the World War II, two of my great-grandfathers were arrested by the Nazis in Charleroi and sent to Auschwitz-Birkenau in 1942, where they never returned. The rest of my family was hidden by citizens in cities in the south of Belgium. Gitale, my great-grandmother, who had her grave desecrated last week, was saved with her daughter, Mariette, my grandmother, my baby. They survived the Holocaust. With the help of two Belgian citizens, René Bouffiot and Albert Dallois, hiding them in their village. Both saviors were declared righteous among the nations. This is the family that saved my family. They put themselves at risk for doing the right thing. My grandfather was saved by the whole city of Couillet, with his brother and their mother. He loved speaking about how everyone in the city knew that he was a Jewish. And when the Nazis were entering the city, he knew that no one will tell who they are, where are the Jews of the city. He knew that the village was committed to protect them against Nazis and their collaborators. And during 3 years of occupation, no one spoke in the city. The entire village was proud of their Jewish family hidden from the Nazis. This is how they survived, thanks to the resilience of those knowing what was the right thing to do. And this story reinforced my deepest belief of mayors and municipal leaders are the key to fight anti-Semitism in extreme situations, but also to build the city resilience so much needed against hatred for long-term impact. At the age of 15, during the Second Intifada, I was accused of killing Palestinians as a Belgian Jewish boy. I understood immediately that anti-Semitism is not only hatred against Jews, but hatred against everything that is Jewish, including Israel. Today I'm living in Israel as a proud Belgian Israeli Jew. On October 7, Hamas infiltrated Israel. I feel that we are all responsible for what happened that day and what happened afterwards. We failed as a society. We failed to not have listened to the words of Hamas and their allies. We haven't learned the lessons of the past, my friends, and I'm very sad to say it. We have not listened carefully to what was said. We're hoping that the slogan on campuses like "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, free, free Palestine," were just slogans. And their real intention is not that. For most of us, the Hamas Charter is not something we can believe in. And we were wrong. We were very, very wrong to not have listened. I would like to show you the picture of my children, Ari, 4 years old, and Daniela, 2 years old. They live between the river and the sea. In the past 7 weeks, this is the sound they heard, the rocket alert. And you need to see them, how they run to the bomb shelter. They take the first toy they have. They know where to go, why to go. At the age of 4 and 2, they've learned to save their own life. I don't think this is normal. And I will repeat, they live between the river and the sea. This is my children, innocent children, targeted of Hamas. When Hitler shared his vision for Jews, at the beginning we didn't listen. When Hamas shared his vision, we didn't believe that this is really what they want to implement. Both tried and succeeded partially, at a different scale, of course. And we are the one that failed. We didn't listen to them. In the past few weeks, I had to look in the face of my grandfather, the only core survivor of our family. I was ashamed that we couldn't prevent October 7. I was ashamed that we couldn't respect our pledge of never again. I was ashamed that I need to look at him in his face and tell him the stories. I was ashamed of the aftermath that happened in Europe and the United States. So my friend, the timing of this summit couldn't be more important. Since October 7, we have witnesses an unprecedented rise of anti-Semitism, with Jewish businesses attacked, schools, Jewish institutions, synagogues under threats every day, 80 years after the Holocaust. My old grandfather, my own hero who survived everything, including 5 cancer, 2 COVID-19 infections, and the Holocaust, needed to witness October 7 and what happened after. Soon he will not be here, and he will go in the other world with this memory. And I really have to say, I feel ashamed that our society couldn't have listened to Hamas, to the words of student campuses, and stop that on time. But at the end, all of this, there is lessons to take. Our society failed a few times, but always we stood up and chose the right side of history. We can together do it again, and I really believe that we can fight for our own values, for our democratic values, when the majority is fighting for the minority. We can build a world of respect and acceptance. We can fight extremism all together, but it will demand from us leadership, knowledge, experience, zero tolerance policies, and the most important, we need to believe that we can do it together. I personally believe this is why we are here today, and this is why we have built the Mayor Summit Against Anti-Semitism, because we know that together we're going to make it. This summit is a platform for local leaders like you to exchange their ideas, their policies, and their work. And I have to say that in the past few weeks, and even more, I have been very impressed by many of you. I've been impressed by your willingness to protect the Jewish community, by your programs, actions, policy, and statement, and many, many more actions that we have seen. So as we open the 2023 European Mayor Summit Against Anti-Semitism, I have a lot of hope. I know that we have friends, like all of you, that you are our friends, and your presence today means a lot to us. So I would like to say thank you. Thank you for coming from 23 countries, 65 cities. It means a lot to our cause. So on behalf of our founder, Mr. Adam Barron, who is here today, the chair of our advisory board, Mr. Nathan Shorensky, the board member of the Combat Antisemitism Movement, our partners and our team, thank you, and I wish everyone an important and meaningful summit.